And they pull out their weapons. I'm like, fuck it, let me give them this money because I don't want to get stabbed. And I just ran off after that.
Would you say that's the scariest experience that happened to you overseas?
Yeah.
Okay. It's us.
So there's another incident I want to talk to you about. I'm going to take you outside of Colombia now. We're going back to Brazil, to Sao Paulo. Okay, I went to Sao Paulo. I actually kind of like Sao Paulo. I know a lot of people hate Sao Paulo. I know you're one of those people, but there's a specific incident I want to talk about in Sao Paulo. I think you know where I'm going with this.
The robbery incident?
Yes. Can we talk about that real quick?
I mean, we could talk about it. Sure, why not?
Yeah, man. So tell me what happened that night or
So
that day.
I was walking to the gas station, literally just walking to the gas station trying to get something. I just arrived in Sao Paulo, and I was walking to the gas station, and 5 people approached me. It looked like they were like drug addicts, kind of homeless looking. Their clothes are all messed up.
One moment.
Ella está hablando inglés ahora. One moment, dijo one moment. Ella sabe inglés.
Inglês. Eu confundo! Tem horas que eu falo português, inglês e espanhol. Minha cabeça fica...
No.
And they kept demanding money from me. And I'm like, no. And they pulled out a knife. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to give you my money. And I had like over 500 Brazilian reais for me at that time. Because, you got to always keep cash. And they pull out their weapons. I'm like, fuck it, let me give them this money because I don't want to get stabbed. And I just ran off after that. And yeah, that's what happened.
Would you say that's the scariest experience that happened to you overseas?
Yeah. Yeah, because you never know what people are desperate, especially in the economy like Brazil, even though it's good for Western foreigners, it's not good for Brazilians because people can't even get 50 reais nowadays. You know what I mean? People are starving, they're struggling. And even if they don't mean to do something to you, sometimes in that nervous reaction, they do something to you and it costs you dearly. So, it's not worth fighting over 500 reais. Even though it's like $150, it's not worth it, especially with the YouTube audience. And I just made that money back. I could make that money back. So I said, hey, fuck it. They can't do that. So, and then eventually I just ended up leaving that Airbnb. I was like, fuck that. I can't take that risk again being in that area. So I just left,
What area was this in Sao Paulo, if you don't mind me asking?
I really don't remember, to be honest. I mean, I can go back and pull up the Airbnb information because I do have that on the Airbnb, but I don't remember the area. But it was like a downtown area.
I figured it was the downtown area. I was staying in Pinheiros. So I know Pinheiros is very pricey, especially if you're staying there for a long time, like yourself, for example, where you're staying there like 10 days, a month at a time. So I wouldn't recommend Pinheiros to stay there for a long period of time because it's super expensive. But if you're there for a short time period, man, Pinheiros is a very good neighborhood, very safe. I've been there a lot at night. It's fine, rich neighborhood. But yeah, I can see that in the downtown neighborhood, man.
Yeah, and my Airbnb was like $18 a night. So I was like, because I don't really, people are like, why don't you buy something that's $60 a day? Why am I going to pay $60 a day at an Airbnb? I'm not going to, no.
It adds up though, Floyd, because you're going from place to place. It all adds up, man. It's a lot of money. Traveling is expensive.
It is very expensive. And I'll pick what I can get. If I'm comfortable being there, I'll be there. I don't need to be bougie overseas, man. The whole point of going overseas is having a great time. So that's the whole point of going overseas, is just having a fantastic time.
He says, how come you weren't live the night that you went out for the walk in Sao Paulo?
I just got there. Wasn't thinking about it. But if you got a question, that's super chat, guys. Don't ask me free questions.
Yeah. Going forward, we're gonna do super chats. So if you guys want to ask any questions, super chat. But okay, so actually, I completely forgot about this, man. This is one of the things I wanted to ask you in the very beginning that I completely forgot about, man. And one of the most epic live streams I think I've ever seen in my lifetime was the one with you and Jay Rollo and Sosua.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that night and what went down behind the scenes, man, because that shit looked crazy.
Yeah, so we had a great time. You know, the chicks wanted to do things with me, and they weren't attractive. They weren't really attractive. But yeah, me and Jay Rollo had a great time. We were cool, and we were having a great time. Even when the live went off, those chicks like, "You want to come on stage and do something?" I'm like, "No."
You just weren't attracted to them like that?
No, they look
Because
disgusting.
to be honest, man, that one girl that he was trying to hook you up with, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. She hit. The other girl was at least a little bit like her energy was better. Yeah, I liked her energy. The one that you kissed.
Yeah, that one chick that was sitting on the couch, she was disrespectful. So that threw me off completely.
Wait,
I would have done it.
wait.
I would have done it with her, but then her energy threw me off completely. I'm like, nah, I can't fuck with you. Why are you even here? You already knew what the business was. Why are you even here? Like you're outside texting on your phone and shit. Like, yeah, the place that Jay Rollo had was in the middle of bro, it was like 20 to 30 minutes away from Sosua. I did not like that. It was in the middle. I have a video of it. It's like in the middle of like nowhere. Like it's dark as fuck. It's like in the middle of the woods type of thing. I'm like, no, why would you move here? But he's like, he paid $90 a day. He paid $90 a day for a 5-bedroom condo. I'm like, damn, with the swimming pool. I'm like, damn, it's not bad. That's not bad.
What happened to you the night after that live stream? Because I think you said you went to the hospital.
Yeah, I went to the hospital because of my GRD. I couldn't breathe. I don't know if it was from that chick or what, but I couldn't breathe. Like, it was
Yeah,
like
I don't know what happened, man.
my acid, my shit was burning. It was burning. I was like, fuck this. I tried to tough it out. But it was unbearable. I couldn't do it. And they charged me $473 for that. I was like, what the
That's
fuck?
insane, bro. You might as well go to a hospital here in America at that point.
Yeah. And then they tried to charge my card again when I was in Nebraska. I'm like, why are you double charging my card? They gave me a refund for it, but
all right, at least they gave you a refund.
Yeah, they gave me a refund eventually, but it took me a long ass time to do it. I didn't like that shit.
Because that's weird that they charge you twice for that. That's very weird, especially since you paid it the first time. Why they charge you again?
No, they said it was an error with their machine. I'm like, no, these motherfuckers probably did it before. The people didn't fight it. People didn't fight it. Yeah, seemed like it. I just said, I fought it.
To a lot of tourists.
Probably do. That's why you gotta get travel. You gotta get traveler health insurance. So I'm gonna look into that too before I go overseas. Gotta get everything done properly this time before I go back over. So that way I can have everything I need. If I'm in a hospital, I can get health care I need, because things do happen. I like to get tested for STDs, so that way I can know for a fact I'm clean or not. That's what I do. Get tested.
You gotta watch out, man. You gotta watch out, especially with these foreign women. Man, you never know. You gotta watch out. Yeah, man. Because I was concerned for you, man. As soon as you said you went to the hospital, I'm like, oh no, don't tell me it was because of that one girl, man. Because I know you pecked her, and I thought it was hilarious, man. Because you pecked her, and then you're like, oh, you're like all disgusted and shit.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that, man. But someone paid, man. I gotta keep my word. You know what I mean? A man without his word is nothing, man. So.
In terms of Sosua, is Sosua a place that you'll be returning to, or will you not go there ever again?
I would return to Sosua if I'm being paid. If they don't pay for that trip, I won't go. Is it something I'm eager to do? No. If it's me by myself with my own money, I would not return to Sosua. No. I wouldn't even return to. If I returned to Dominican Republic, it would be Santo Domingo or Santiago, but I would not return to Sosua. No, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend Ronan, the traveler. I don't know if you ever heard of him, Ronan the traveler. He actually travels a lot to Santo Domingo and Sosua, and he said that Santo Domingo is the place to be.
Yeah, they got all the American places too, like Taco Bell, KFC, Burger King, McDonald's. They had Chipotle, but they closed. Chipotle closed. They're not there no more.
Damn, man, shit. I didn't know they had a Chipotle out there. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's sucks they closed it down.
Yeah, Chipotle is no longer there, unfortunately.
So, in terms of food, what country do you say is the best in terms of food? Since we're on the topic of food,
Brazil and Thailand, in my opinion. Brazil has the best food that I've experienced in Thailand too. Philippines food was all right, but it was like, damn, my stomach hurts. And then, like, Colombian food they're just bland.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
It's bland. It's like, what the fuck is this? You get used to it, but it's like, food is bland. I didn't really like that, you know? But in Brazil, the food, the seasoning, the way they put it together is good. Like, it'd be like in a back, like a restaurant that it doesn't look like in a rest. If you went to a restaurant like this in the United States, you probably wouldn't eat there. But like in Brazil, you go to this restaurant, you're like, oh, I wouldn't eat here, but they bring you the food out, and it's good as fuck. You're like, damn, it's some good ass food, some bomb ass food. Might make your stomach hurt, but it's some bomb ass food. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you, man. Yeah, definitely, man. Because I've tried out Colombian food here in the States, and it tastes amazing. So, when people were telling me that the food out there is whatever, I was just like, "There's no way how can the food here taste good over there is not like you would think over there would be better."
Yeah, you would think, but yeah, you gotta understand, Brazil and Colombia are two different countries. They're not alike at all. You might think it is, but it is part of Latin America, South America, but they're not. They're not the same. They're not the same at all. So, two different countries. The difference between Colombia, though, is that if you want to order some money, you don't got to go to the ATM. They'll literally deliver the money to you via Rappi. Yeah, take the money. I'll take the money off your card and then bring it to you.
So I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that Rappi did that.
Rappi does that in Brazil. Rappi does that in Colombia. They don't do it in Brazil. I don't know if they do it now. I ain't been in a long time. But I think they don't do it. I don't think they do it in Brazil, but they don't do it in Colombia. I know there's other countries that do it too, but I know Colombia for sure they do it. I've used it a few times actually.
So one more question that I want to ask you, my friend, and I guess you can also do your closing statement. But why do more brothers need to go overseas? Why do more people need to travel, man? Why do they got to travel?
Because you have a better dating experience. The cost of living is better. The women are more cooperative. You're more likely to have a better time overseas for less of the price. You're not spending $300 to go on a date overseas. You would in America. And if you go on a date with a woman overseas, 8 times out of 10, you're going to get lucky. And that's what the important thing is. Like, the cost of living is very cheap, very affordable. And a lot of people fail to realize you have more options overseas and more chances overseas. So if you break up with a chick overseas and it doesn't work for you, you might get another woman within the next day or two. If you break up with a chick in the United States, it may take you months or even years to get into another full-blown relationship. So you just have more opportunities when it comes to dating overseas. So I recommend you travel not only for dating, but the cost of living, the food, and the culture. And the food is a lot more healthier overseas than it is in the United States. Just because the infrastructure looks better in the United States doesn't mean the food is healthier. Remember, the food is more natural, more organic, more safer, more healthier. They don't have all those chemicals in the food like they do in the United States. So I always recommend traveling overseas, and you get a new experience as well being overseas. And that's really important, and you got to try new things, man. You got to try new things. If you're having problems dating in America and you can't get you a girlfriend in America, try going overseas, man, and trying to find someone special for you. You may get married. You may have a family overseas because, you have better opportunities. And, of course, because you're American overseas. So that's another reason why you have more opportunities in dating than you would in America itself.
Passar na casa dele só pra dar uma relaxada. Sei que ele tá namorando, nem ligo, sou abusada. Ele gosta da sentada. Ele gosta da sentada.